Here we go, we're live. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be. Thanks for joining us for this Premier League Saturday evening game between West Ham and Man City. And Man City have got off to a 100% win record so far in the two games that they've played, and they've looked efficient without being too spectacular. The Man City team, or the Man City as a club, have got a lot of worries at the moment with financial irregularities and these upcoming hearings with the Premier League that could go on for at least 10 weeks. And I've looked at stuff on the internet about it on YouTube, and they're talking that if they get found guilty about all of this stuff, they could end up with being relegated, which would be a disaster for Man City. But the players won't be worrying about that. They'll just get on with the game. Both teams are out on the pitch at the moment, warming up. So these are the teams as they are at the moment. West Ham, it's Areolas in goal. Emerson, Mavropanos, Kilman, Wan-Bissaka, Rodriguez, Alvarez, Kudus, Paqueta, Bowen and Antonio is the starting team. As far as Man City are concerned, they've got Ederson in goal, Gvardiol, Ruben Dias, Akanji, Kovacic, Lewis, Doku, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Grealish is back in the side, and Haaland playing up front. Obviously, Haaland's scored quite a few in the first two games, so he'll be one that West Ham will be looking to keep under control. And many teams have tried to do that, and none of them have succeeded so far, but should be a good game. West Ham will measure themselves against Man City. At home, they'll fancy their chances, but Man City have been very efficient at the moment, and West Ham have got it all on, really, I think. If Bowen can get into the game and Paqueta can cause a few problems up front, cause a few problems, create a few chances, Antonio can bang a couple in, because I think for West Ham to be able to beat Man City, everybody's got to be a 9 out of 10 game. And if anyone's off, that could be curtains. Wan-Bissaka, I think, is making his debut today for West Ham after his transfer from Manchester United. I think he's a good fullback, is Wan-Bissaka, and had a bit of a torrid time at Man United. They were going through a transition, and he was in and out of the side, never complained about anything, just got on with his game. And I think he's unfortunate to have been kicked out, but that's the way it is. He's with West Ham now. Hopefully he can settle down into playing his no natural game, and who knows, if he can improve his game again, he might even end up back in the England side. This is the last Premier League game for these two sides before the international break, which is for the next 2 weeks. England playing next Saturday and the following Tuesday, I think it is. So everybody's got 14 days off, although saying that, a lot of these players from West Ham and Man City will be on the way to these international games. So we've got 6 or 7 minutes before the kick-off. If anyone's got anything to say regarding this game, you can get it in there now if you want to. Give us your score predictions, or where you think the two managers have gone wrong with their teams. Can't think that Pep has gone wrong. Oh yeah, I haven't plugged myself in, have I? Better just plug myself in before I do get a low bat. How much have I got? Oh, yeah, I'm still alright for the moment, but if I plug myself in, I'm not going to run out halfway through, am I? Thank you. So very kind. I wouldn't have noticed that if you hadn't have told me. You wouldn't have noticed it at all. Thanks to Simply Joy for joining us again. Can always rely on Simply Joy to support the channel. If you have just joined the channel, please hit the like button, the subscribe, which helps the channel massively, helps the channel grow, and helps us to be able to produce more and more content. Get your comments in. Always like to discuss comments regarding the game. Keep them all nice and clean though. We don't want to get too controversial. We're just looking forward to a good game here between two teams that do like to play football. So we're about 5 minutes away from the kickoff. Still looking at the TV pictures, there's still a lot pouring into the Olympic Stadium for West Ham there. They usually do fill it, and especially against Man City. I would imagine that there won't be a seat to be had by the time the game kicks off in 5 minutes. As far as score predictions go, well, I can't see anything beyond a Man City win. I think they're just a bit too strong, too clinical, too professional, if that is the word. They know how to keep the ball, they know how to kill a game off, and they know how to run teams down, and that's what they've done so far. Like I said, they've won the first two games without looking that spectacular. So we shall see. Score prediction, 2-0 to City again. That's the way they've won the first two games, haven't they? And I think they will again. Looks like both teams are just coming out into the tunnel now. So let's have a listen as both teams start coming out. West Ham crowd singing "We Are Forever Blowing Bubbles" as usual. Both teams just lining up pre-kickoff. Just wondering what sort of formation West Ham are going to start off. Just looking at the TV. Yeah, looks like they're going to line up with a 4-2-3-1 formation. Antonio playing up front on his own. Good to see Grealish back in the Man City side. I think it's his first appearance of the season. I don't think he's in the England side for the upcoming Nations League games. So he'll be looking to get noticed again. Four goals in 2 games for Erling Haaland, so they'll have to keep him quiet. They're playing a 3-2-4-1. Max Kilman, the new signing for West Ham from Wolves, is going to be vital today. I think he'll be one who's going to try and keep an eye on Haaland. It takes a lot of doing. It's only Grealish's 4th start this year. Come on a lot as substitute. Both teams just in the huddle going through the final pep talks. Both managers just sharing a hug. They were both teammates together. That's why they're so familiar to each other. Both teammates together at Barcelona. It's going to be a minute's silence, or is it a minute's clapping now for sad passing of Sven-Göran Eriksson? From the minute's silence to the minute's round of applause now, it's strange that they don't hold a minute's silence now, but that's the way it has these modern era. Doesn't matter which way you do it, as long as you're showing respect, and the whole crowd has been up on the feet applauding Eriksson, which is great to see. So, here we go. Looks like it's going to be Man City to kick off. Kicking from right to left. Just waiting for the start. Here we go. We're away. The ball goes all the way back to the keeper. To Gvardiol, and then back to the keeper again. Back across to Gvardiol. He's got De Bruyne onside him. De Bruyne has it again. West Ham pressing. Man City though play it out, and it goes down the right hand side to Doku. No foul there. West Ham get the first touch of it, pass it amongst themselves at the back, and it goes to the keeper Areola, who hits one long to Bowen. Bowen lets it run over his shoulder and gets it down the right hand side. Antonio has it now. He tries to put a cross in. It's cleared at the back post, but not so far. Kudus gets a cross in that's deflected. And Antonio almost got in at the back post. It's just been cleared, but only just. Grealish has it right in the corner. De Bruyne has it taken off him right near the corner flag, and it's crossed again into the box. And then it's cleared out. West Ham have the ball, but they've had to go back to the halfway line to reset. Wan-Bissaka tries to go down the line, but it's intercepted and goes out for a throw to West Ham. Kudus in there. Gvardiol did well there, strong against Antonio, didn't allow him to get pushed off the ball, whereas Antonio would have tapped that one in. Anyway, West Ham have it on the left-hand side. Just on the halfway line. Paqueta plays it down. Comes into Alvarez. Creates a bit of space on the left, but they have to go backwards again to West Ham. There's a run into the box that's spotted, but the ball can't get through to him. But West Ham win the ball back again. Wan-Bissaka has it. He's got a man out to right, which is Bowen. Bowen comes on his left foot and tries to curl one. And Ederson just palms it out to the right. It's still in play though. And it looks like Lewis has brought down there on the right hand side, and it's a free kick to Man City. But great start by West Ham. It's one that you would have expected Ederson to actually catch. It wasn't. It was straight at him. He should have caught it really, but he palmed it out, and the pressure was still on. Lopetegui will be happy with his start. Free kick's taken long. Aimed at Haaland, but it was too high for him. West Ham knocking the ball forward. Lewis knocks it forward for City. And it goes all the way back. Akanji back to Ederson. Played inside. Kovacic. Back to Guardiola. Diaz. Back to Ederson. Back to Diaz again on the right. Ederson. Ederson left-footed, goes long. Lewis has it on the right-hand touchline. Kanji goes back down the line. Doku making a run forward. He's held up on the touchline. Couldn't keep it under control, and it's knocked out for a throw. Gvardiol again. Diaz. Inside. Kovacic plays the ball out to the left to Jack Grealish. Brings it under control. Lays it down to De Bruyne. De Bruyne gets a left-footed cross that Kilman clears. Gvardiol has it again. Akanji. Diaz to De Bruyne on the left. Has to go back. Gvardiol. And let's throw to Jack Grealish. Is in the box. There's a layoff to the back post to Haaland. And he gets up easily, and he had a lot of the goal to aim at. He gets power behind it, but no accuracy, and he heads it over the bar. It's a good chance at the back post for Haaland. It was Grealish who made the run down the inside left channel. Bernardo da Silva overlapped him, got the cross in, and Haaland was high, wide and handsome. Disappointed with that, Will Haaland. Wasn't an easy chance, but he had to have got it at least on target, and he didn't. West Ham have it in their own half. Goes across to the right to Wan-Bissaka. He's faced up by Grealish. Plays it inside, and it's flicked down the line to Bowen. But he can't get to it. And Diaz clears it up, and it goes back to the keeper. Ederson gives it straight back to Diaz again. Gvardiol lays it inside. Kovacic to Bernardo Silva. He goes right across to the right. Doku. Kanji to Bernardo Silva again, just drifting into midfield. Kovacic in the centre circle. Kovacic gets it back again. Was allowed to turn, no one was pressurising him, although there was men around him. It goes across to Grealish again on the left. He's got a chance to attack the line. Leaves it inside to De Bruyne, goes to the back post again. Doku was at the back post, but it was intercepted. And Kudus comes away with it. Then Doku takes it off him. Doku again. Kovacic. Goes to Grealish in plenty of space on the left again. A chance to play it inside to De Bruyne. He's got a shot away. There's plenty of bodies in front of him and it is blocked and cleared by the defence. They're giving Grealish too much space on this left-hand side. Guardiola's going to take the throw on the left, just level with the penalty box. De Bruyne lays it back. Kovacic goes across to the right to Akanji. He goes across to the left again where De Bruyne has the ball. Lays it inside. Grealish. De Bruyne. It's intercepted as he tried to cross it. But they win it back in the midfield. Kovacic. Laid out to De Bruyne on the left again. De Silva. He tries to cross it and it's well blocked. But they're getting plenty of space on the left-hand side. Corner to Man City. De Bruyne is going to take it, right-footed in-swinger. And it got to the back post. Looks like Gvardiol was at the back post there. He was under a lot of pressure, managed to get his head to the ball, but it runs harmlessly out for a goal kick to West Ham. It's taken long. Aimed at Antonio. Paquetá gets it off Antonio. Paquetá gets it back again, but he's lost it. It through to Haaland, and he shoots and he scores. A left-footed low shot after the ball was taken off Paquetá, and it went to Haaland, running into the box. Unerringly with his left foot, just slots it inside the far post. Keeper had no chance, and Man City are a goal in front. And that's great play by Man City. Ruthless. Absolutely ruthless. What a finish. It's so cool. When he finishes that Haaland, smash it, and he just rolls it past the keeper into the bottom right-hand corner. Just rolls it in with the side of his foot. Knew exactly what he wanted to do. He had one look and then just side foots it past the keeper and into the bottom corner. And that's how good Man City are. That's not the start that West Ham wanted to give Man City. That's going to be difficult now after just 9 minutes. Man City have the ball again. Goes to Silva on the right hand side. Doku is overlapping. Gets a ball back to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo goes out for a dead ball. Bernardo Silva thought it was a corner. He's pointing that out to the referee, but the referee's having none of it. Lopetegui with a bit of a shake of the head. He's not happy with that. Ball's played long down the left-hand side. It's over the head of Antonio to Akanji. He lays the ball back to the keeper, but it's wide of the keeper. He has to come out of his box and drill it down the line. And it's a throw into West Ham. It's thrown back. Comes to Mavropanos. He's immediately under pressure and gives it away. Haaland won it back. There's a man overlapping. It's Grealish. It comes through to Grealish. He sorts it inside. And his shot is deflected wide of the right-hand post for a corner. It was Haaland working for the team that won the ball. Grealish got on his right foot, came inside. It was well wide, but it was deflected. Thought he might have hit it with his left foot first time while the goal was open. Turned inside and give the defence a time to just close him down. But it's a corner. Going to be taken again by De Bruyne. It's taken short to Grealish, to De Bruyne. Oh, what a save. What a save by Areola. De Bruyne played it to Grealish on the edge of the box, then ran out for the return. Got it back from Grealish and put a right-footed curler to the near post. And Areola, one-handed, tipped it over the bar. A great save. Thought that was in for two. Another corner, played short again to Grealish. Grealish is going to take it back on his left foot, crosses it, it's headed away. Mavropanos got it away. De Bruyne picks the ball up, goes across to Rico Lewis, who plays it to his keeper. De Bruyne gets it, gives it back to the keeper again under pressure. And it's all City at the moment, and there could have been 2-0 up already. City deep in their own half. Kovacic wants it, he's not going to get it. Ederson has it. Plays it across. Back to Ederson. He had Gvardiol, but he played it long to Grealish, but it's over his head, and it's a throw to West Ham. Pep will be happy with this start. Man City have been superb. Wan-Bissaka on the right hand side has to turn back, but his pass is picked off by De Bruyne to Kovacic, goes to the right hand side to Lewis. Lewis comes back inside. Akanji goes to the right to Doku in bit of space. He comes back inside, goes back to Akanji. Lewis comes short for it, lays it off to Kovacic, goes across to the left-hand side. Gvardiol to Grealish on the left touchline. Bowen's in front of him, goes back. Goes across to the right to Lewis. First touch to Kovacic, goes across to the right. Doku, two men on him, has to go backwards. Plays it inside, goes for the return, but Bernardo Silva was offside, and it's a free kick. Good play though by Man City. Patient on the build-up. And one half of Oasis is obviously there. Noel Gallagher watching his team. West Ham have it deep in their own half. Try to clear it down the left-hand side. Bernardo Silva's quick to close down, and it's a throw to West Ham. It's thrown down the line. Antonio trying to get in there, but it's won back. Grealish gets it. Wan-Bissaka fouls him. Free kick to Man City. Maybe Akanji felt that challenge with Antonio, but he's back up and he's on his feet again. Kovacic in the middle. Kovacic, Chich. Akanji inside to Kovacic. Lewis goes back to Akanji. Being pressurised by Antonio. Goes across to the right. The press is on. Kovacic picked the ball up, went round his man, was tripped, and it's a free kick to Man City. Quickly taken by Man City. Bernardo Silva deep in his own half. Going forward though, there's plenty of space in front of him. There's no one challenging him. He crosses the halfway line and goes to Lewis on the right. He goes to Doku. He's into the penalty area now. Goes back to De Bruyne, and his side-footed shot hits the crossbar. And then Grealish puts the rebound curler wide of the right-hand post. It's brilliant by Man City. There could have been 3 or 4 up already. ball is cut back by Doku to the edge of the box. Kevin De Bruyne hits the crossbar at the post. The keeper in the middle of the goal had no chance of getting anywhere near it. Just not enough care on it. Grealish picks the ball up and goes for that curl into the corner again, and he's just over the angle of crossbar and post. Grealish has the ball again now in the middle. Gives it to Kovacic. He gives it forward. Haaland's through again, but the goalkeeper is quickly out and picks the ball up as Bernardo Silva had put that ball through to Haaland. But the press is on again. De Bruyne press in, but they've managed to get through. Paquetá down to Bowen on the right hand side. Into the box he goes. He's going to go for that byline. It's an own goal. Turned in by Ruben Diaz as Bowen crossed it to across the 6-yard box. He stuck his foot out and deflected it past Emerson, and West Ham have got an unlikely equaliser. Well, would you believe that? Needed a bit of luck and they've got it. It's been all Man City. It was 4 against 1 when Bowen was attacking them. There was nobody else up with him. And there was nobody in the box when he crossed it. He was just hitting it into the area. There was no one there for him to aim at. And Diaz just steered it past his own goalkeeper. And it's been so one-sided that they hardly deserved it. I mean, it should have been 3 or 4-0. But it's not, it's 1-1. And maybe it's all on now. As the bubbles drift across the pitch after that goal celebration. There's thousands of them. Man City have the ball again. Kanji. To Lewis. Doku. Doku goes back to Akanji. He plays the ball across to the right. Grealish, who was making a run, brings it under control, but Bowen's tight to him. He gets it back down the line. Guardiola under a lot of pressure, and eventually it's put out for a throw to Man City. Been a great start to the game. It's been a great game. 20 minutes has just flown past. Ball's played inside to Haaland. He's forced out of the box. Has to turn and come back in again. Gives it to Guardiola. It's played across to Kanji. He plays it back to Guardiola. He's got Grealish on the left and Grealish gets it. It's played inside to De Silva. A bit of a deflection took it to De Bruyne, who had a half-hearted shot at it. And it rolled harmlessly through to the keeper, Areola. Wan-Bissaka down the right. Has the ball back. Goes down to Bowen. He puts it inside to Antonio. Laid it off. But Doku picked up, but he's lost it again. And Antonio's going through the centre. Diaz just manages to get a foot there under severe pressure and the ball's cleared away. But here come West Ham again down the left-hand side. Antonio lays it off. Just couldn't get it back under control there. I think that was Emerson coming through. We're on a roll now, West Ham. Who would have believed it after that start for Man City as well? Kudus has the ball on the left-hand side, pressurised, has to go back. Long ball to the right. We're looking to give Wan-Bissaka a run, but that goes through to the keeper. He rolls it out. Diaz goes across to De Bruyne. Gvardiol. Back to Diaz. Across to Akanji. Inside to Kovacic. Bit of space in front of him to make a run. He plays a ball over the top to De Bruyne. But Bowen's quickly onto him. Bruyne still keeps it in though and plays it back to Gvardiol. Kovacic seeing the ball a lot. Goes across to the right to Akanji. Diaz. Kovacic. Gvardiol. Left to De Bruyne. He plays the ball inside, but there was no one looking at that little dinked run. And the ball is cleared to Antonio, but Man City have picked that ball up again straight away. Never got to Antonio. Lewis has it on the right hand side. He's got Doku outside of him if he wants to, and he does give it to Doku. Doku has to go back. Akanji gives it back to Doku. Comes across to the right to Diaz. Akanji goes across to Grealish. De Bruyne on the left again. Left-footed dink into the back post where Haaland was. But Kilman heads it out, and it's a corner to Man City. On Man City's right-hand side, so De Bruyne is going across. He's going to take a right-footed away swinger this time. De Bruyne, hands in the air, about to take this away swinger. Plays it in deep. Gvardiol wins the header, but it goes straight through to Areola. And he looks to get the ball away quickly, which he does on the left-hand side, looking for the run of Bowen, by the looks of it. It was maybe swapped wings, he has. But he was never going to win that. Gvardiol gives it to Grealish, hugging that left touchline again. Grealish goes back to Gvardiol. To Diaz, Akanji. Turns inside. Goes back to Gvardiol. Left to Grealish. Plays back inside. It's flicked into Grealish. He has his foot up in the air. There was a bit of appeal for the foot up, but it was not given. It's cleared by Bowen. But when it comes to Akanji, who picks it up and gives it to Doku on the edge of the box. He goes back to Akanji, who gives it to De Bruyne. Tries to play a ball through, but it's blocked. Picked up again by Kovacic. Grealish gets it. Back to Kovacic. Doku. Bowen in front of him. Has to go backwards. Plays the ball inside. 1-2 with De Bruyne. Just couldn't get it. Emerson kicks the ball out for a throw. Man City take it quick. De Bruyne. Akanji. Kovacic. So De Bruyne, who's gone to the opposite side. Akanji has it now. Doku. Goes past Bowen, plays it into the box. It's deflected by Alvarez. Goes out for another corner. Corner on the right hand side, another away swinger by De Bruyne. Plenty in the box for him to aim at. He goes long again to the back post. The ball is headed by, I think it might have been Kilman. It hits Bernardo Silva on the edge of the box on his arm. The referee gives the handball, accidental as it was, still got advantage out of it. And it'll be a free kick on the edge of the box to West Ham. Areola will take this. Nobody coming short for it. They're going to play it long, which he does. Down the right-hand side. looking to aim at Paqueta. He wins the ball, but has to go all the way back under severe pressure, and Areola hits it forward. Bowen back on the right hand side again, brings the ball under control. Tries to put a little back heeler down for Wan-Bissaka, who had ran past him, but it's deflected for the throw. Paqueta has to go back. Mavropanos. Back to Paqueta. He goes down to Wan-Bissaka, tries to play inside. Again, it's blocked, and it's a throw to West Ham. Thrown to Paqueta. He goes across to the left. It's back to Wan-Bissaka. He chips one down the line, aiming at Antonio, but he's beaten to that ball. It's played inside by Kovacic to Haaland. Kovacic gets it back, plays out to the right to Doku. He goes back to Lewis. Kovacic again in the centre circle. Diaz chips one forward to Grealish on the left-hand touchline. Bowen faces him up, but doesn't chase him as Grealish goes into the box. Plays it to Kovacic to Haaland. Haaland's got a shot and he scores! Unbelievable, he can't miss. He just cannot miss. Just inside the box. Not much space. He hit it like a rocket with barely any backlift. And unbelievable. What a game. What a game. And Haaland has another two. He had no room at all. It was just a quick and a quick backlift of his foot, and he hit it like a rocket, and the goalkeeper never saw it. Over the top of the goalkeeper, he never even saw it. What a finish. He just knows where the net is. He just can't miss. And Bowen's got to take some responsibility for that, because he didn't go with Grealish when Grealish made the run into the box. And Grealish had a free run to pick anybody out he wanted to, and did. Well, he got a hat-trick last week. Is he going to get a hat-trick this week? As City come forward again. Doku into the box, gets the cross in. Too close to the keeper, he catches it. Haaland was at the back post again, looking for his third. Man City are away. Down the left-hand side. Gets a cross in. Bowen's coming at the back post, but it's coolly headed back to the keeper by Guardiol. Ederson picks up and gets the ball out straight away. Bernardo Silva picking it up. Just slowing the pace down again, gives it to Lewis. De Bruyne. Kovacic seeing plenty of the ball again in that midfield. Goes across to the right to Akanji. Doku gets it down the line. Comes inside. Haaland's made the run into the box. Has to check and turn out. Gives it to De Silva. He goes to Doku on the edge of box. Central now. Goes across to De Bruyne. Back to Doku. De Bruyne comes backwards for the ball. Gives it Gvardiol. De Bruyne goes down the line again. Wan-Bissaka's with him. He plays it inside. Grealish has it. Has to go backwards a bit. But goes to De Bruyne, who's got a chance to cross it again to the back post. It's cut out by... Grealish picks the ball up again. Kovacic has it. Goes across to Silva and plays it out to the left to Bernardo Silva. He goes back. Akanji. Diaz. Goes across to the left to De Bruyne, who brings it down lovely. Goes back to Gvardiol. He gives it back to De Bruyne. Grealish. Back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne goes backwards. Diaz. The ball is picked up by Bowen deep inside his own half. Wan-Bissaka puts his foot through it and goes down the right hand side. Antonio can't challenge for it. Diaz wins the header. Paqueta was fouled, but the referee played her advantage. Man City have a foot in, and it's a throw to West Ham on the halfway line. Rodriguez trying to get himself into the game now. Ball goes backwards. Putting the pressure on up front, Haaland and De Silva. The ball has to go long eventually. Aimed at Antonio, but he's not won a header yet. It's picked up by Paqueta though. Goes inside to Bowen, who's got a chance to attack into the box. He tries to poke a little ball through to Kudus, but it goes straight through to Ederson. Ederson just slowing things down a bit. De Silva comes short for it. Gets the ball. Goes to Akanji, who plays it back to Ederson. Ederson to De Silva on the edge of the box. He's got space in front of him. Goes out to Lewis on the right. He has to go back to Akanji. Inside to Kovacic. He's got more space in front of him and he does run forward. Gives it to De Bruyne, who gives it to Grealish on the left-hand side. Got Wan-Bissaka in front of him, but goes inside to De Bruyne. Grealish gets the ball back. Wan-Bissaka just gets his foot onto the ball and turns it away for a corner. Mavropanos seems to have taken a knock in that challenge, but he seems to be getting up all right, just a bit gingerly. But it is a corner to Man City on their left-hand side. Probably another De Bruyne right-footed in-swinger, and it will be. Haaland lurking again, looking for his hat-trick. An hat-trick. It's played short, given back to De Bruyne, then to Silva. Doku's got the ball, chips it, but it's headed away. Antonio going with the ball down the line. Oh, I thought he had that pace, but Haaland actually tracked him back and defended the ball and put it out for a throw to West Ham. So Haaland working hard for the team. He's not just a goal scorer. Ball's played to Mavropanos in the middle. Paqueta comes short for it. Wan-Bissaka on the right. Gives it back to Paqueta. There's a run by Bowen, but it's given to Wan-Bissaka. He's got a chance to attack his marker, but he doesn't. He goes backwards. Paqueta gets the ball. Plays it inside, but Kudus can't get it. The ball comes to Haaland. He gives it to De Silva, who runs past him, then turns back with no real support up front, has to go back. It goes back to Lewis. Lewis coming across the pitch. Goes all the way across to the left to Grealish again. You're seeing plenty of the ball as Grealish and creating chances. De Silva comes inside. Goes to Kovacic. He's going to go across to the right to Akanji. Doku is on the touchline and gets the ball. Plays it inside. De Silva was a willing runner and gets the ball. Comes inside. Plays a ball to Haaland, to Lewis. And he hits a good chance high and wide. Great play. Silva, Haaland touches it through to Lewis. Fantastic passing. There's not a great deal you can do about that. It's just too good. Another chance goes begging for Man City. Areola, under pressure, has to drill the ball forward. Comes to Gvardiol, he brings it down and then goes back to his keeper. Diaz gets it. Kovacic comes short for it. Plays it into the centre where Lewis is. Gvardiol down the left. Grealish goes back. Diaz again. Cross to Akanji. Diaz in the centre circle. I don't know what he tried to do there. He tried to maybe just chip a ball over the top for Doku's run, but it was nowhere near him, and it just runs harmlessly out for a throw to West Ham. They play it backwards. It ends up going to the keeper as the squeeze is on with Man City again. Mavropanos goes down to Bissaka. Tries to play a 1-2 with Paqueta, but it's cut out. Wan-Bissaka's going to take the throw. It goes down the line. It's a free head for Gvardiol. He brings it down. Grealish goes all the way back to his keeper. Bowen trying to put a bit of pressure on, but he goes out to Lewis. Doku comes short for him, but has to go back to the keeper again. Ederson gives it to Diaz. Gvardiol on the left-hand side. Bissaka puts a bit of pressure on. He goes back to Diaz, who goes across to the opposite side and turns and gives it back to Gvardiol. Inside to De Silva. Exchange passes with De Bruyne. He gives it out to the right to Doku, who's going to attack the box now, and does do, but he just stumbles a bit, just loses the ball. Tries to stretch with a left-footed shot. Just let it roll away from him. It was deflected for a corner, but he just lost a bit of the control. Just as he got to that crucial point in the box where he was about to let go. But a corner on the right, another away swinger from De Bruyne. Another deep one, a free header at the back post. It was De Silva. It was a bit of a weak header that was easily defended. But you could see what he was doing. He's trying to hit his header over the top of the defenders and into the back post corner, but didn't get the height on it. Easily defended. Cleared. Lewis has the ball on the halfway line now. Akanji goes forward. Bowen's with him, but not really pressurising him. And it goes to Doku on the right-hand side. He's got a chance to attack. And he does do. He's going to make it to the byline, but he has to turn back. Emerson close and tight to him. Lewis again goes across to Diaz. He goes back out to Doku. He's got a bit more space this time to pick across. He's almost at the byline. He gets it across, but it was out the way. Gvardiol couldn't reach it. Antonio has the ball deep in his own half. Didn't know which way to go. Tried to go down the left-hand side. His clearance was blocked and it goes out for a throw-in. "42nd minute, where's this half gone?" It's been breathless and brilliant. I say brilliant. It's been brilliant because Man City have been brilliant. Don't forget half-time. Get your comments in. If you have just joined us, please hit that like button. And if you are a subscriber, please subscribe because it does help us to be able to create more content and promote this channel. It'd be very much appreciated. Hit the notification bell for further watch-alongs as Doku's put through again. He goes to the byline, pulls the ball backwards, but it's deflected away. Lewis has muscled off it. Antonio has the ball again. And he's fouled by De Bruyne, and he's going to get a yellow card for that. Doku has made it to that byline several times, and he's just not been able to pick a man out when he's cut the ball back. Maybe just needs to get his head up just a little bit earlier. But with a minute and a half to go of this first half, it's really been all Man City. The ball is with Areola. Goes to the left. Kudos, but the ball's taken off him. De Silva to Haaland on the edge of the box. As he tries to turn away and pick a pass out, he's fouled by Alvarez. Right on the edge of the box in a dangerous position. It's just to the right of goal. And with Haaland and De Silva's left foot, they'll be looking to get some whip on a free kick. De Bruyne's accurate with a dead ball from that position as well. He might be looking for that far corner. It's De Silva and Bruyne over it. Haaland has moved away. Can Man City pinch another one before half-time? De Bruyne is going to take it. He goes for the shot, and it just over the bar, and hits the netting as it dips over the bar. Just didn't get it dipping enough. I don't know whether the keeper had it covered or not. As I see the replay there. No, he was never getting there. If that ball had been a yard lower, that was 3-1. The keeper was nowhere near it. Two minutes of added time in this first half. Goal kick second long. Headed out easily. Wan-Bissaka takes the throw. But De Bruyne was quickly in. He almost took the ball, but Paqueta was cool under pressure and gets out to Kudos on the left-hand side. A long pass. He's got to attack that box now. And he does do, and it's hit to the back post, and it's only just wide, and it's only just out of the reach of Antonio as he was coming into the back post. That's a great counter-attacking move by West Ham. And that could have been 2-2. Antonio is really making a move, and it's just a yard or so in front of him. I think Kudos was really going for the shot rather than the cross. But he almost got the best of both worlds there. Ball's drilled long again. Haaland wins the header. It's flicked back to Paqueta, but Haaland takes it off Paqueta. Goes to Kovacic. But he's let the ball run too far. And West Ham come away with it. Mavropanos gets it into the centre. Kudos turning round and round in circles, nowhere to go. Gives it out to Bowen on the right. Wan-Bissaka's in front of him, but he comes inside. Tries to play a ball through. Easily won by Diaz, the header. Comes back towards Bowen. He lays it back. Under pressure from Grealish. Tried to play a ball through, but there's a foot in the way. Ball deflected back out, but it still comes to West Ham. And that's the end of the half. West Ham finish with the ball. But a goal down could have been worse. Could have been 2. Could have been 3. Could have been 4. But that was a breathless first half. It's flown past. What a great game. Best I've seen in this new season so far. It's all been Man City, and Man City could have been 4 up. And yet, right at the end there, West Ham almost 2-2. 2 goals from Erling Haaland and an own goal by Diaz has left the score at 2-1 at half-time. And if the game's half as good as it was in the second half, we're in for a treat. I was watching. Any comments? There must be some comments on that game. That's one of the best halves of football we've seen for a long time. Some people must have something to say about that. Is that for the dog? He's eating it? Not really. Get your comments in if you're with the channel at the moment. We can discuss anything that you might have seen in this film. Just discuss how good Man City have been. How good has Haaland been? 2 shots, 2 goals. Kevin De Bruyne has hit the crossbar. And there's been several other chances that Man City have come close to. And that's how dominant they've been. I don't know what the possession stats will be, but I would think they'll be heavily in favour of Man City. They really have dominated this game. There was 4 people watching at one time, but seem to have cleared off. I don't know why. Missing a good game unless I decided to watch it live on TV. Don't forget to hit that like button. Really does help the channel. Helps promote the channel. Helps us get more views. Helps us to create more content. I'll put my comment in anyway. What I think, and if anyone disagrees, they can feel free to put their own comments in. There. That's what I think. If you disagree, let me know. Well, I said 2-0 to Man City. It's not going to be that now, and I just can't not see Man City scoring again in this second half. They've been that good. The question is Haaland going to get his hat-trick for the second week running? And what will probably be his 11th hat-trick, I think it is, for Man City. 11 hat-tricks, 33 goals. Unbelievable. Simply Joy says, great game so far. Do you see that comment? Is it showing up? Simply Joy. Yeah, I agree with you, host. Thanks, Joy. It's always nice to know that someone agrees with me. But it has, yeah, it has been a great game. I've really enjoyed it. You can always tell when a game's been good and that you've really enjoyed it because the time just flies past. You just look at the clock and all of a sudden there's 40 minutes gone and you think, where's that time gone? I can't wait really for the second half to get started. I don't want to see all the highlights and the stats and all that they're going to give us at half time. I want the game to get going again before we lose momentum. I suppose Man City would be a little disappointed. I mean, the 2-1 up, but it should have been 3 or 4 and nil. West Ham really shouldn't have scored. It was an own goal where they allowed them to get back in it. And West Ham will still think they're in it. They're only a goal behind after all the pressure that Man City have had. I'm just showing the first Haaland goal again. It's just so cool. I mean, that's just a natural goal scorer, isn't it? If it had been anybody else that had thrashed it at the goal, but he just coolly side-footed it and rolled it past the keeper. That's just... Has there ever been a goal scorer like him? when he got the ball in that position, he just knew he was going to score. And the second one was just all inspiration. And it's the press that won the ball back from Man City in both those goals that scored the goal. Just showing this one's funny, this, because Bowen's away on his own on the right and there's nobody in the box. He puts a cross in, there's no one there. It could have been the best cross in the world, but there was no one there to have put it in. And Diaz just sticks out a foot and deflects it past his own keeper. And there was no West Ham player in the box. Who he was crossing to, I just do not know. I think Kovacic has had a great game. Best Premier League game I've seen him, or best half so far. We never had a game against Man City where he was so dominant. This is the second goal for. It's just brilliant. It comes to Haaland inside the box on his right foot, and he just taps it forward to give himself a bit of space to swing his left foot, and he just smashes it into the top corner, curling it away from the keeper, and the keeper had no chance. Just incredible. Yeah, it looks like Noel Gallagher was happy with that, seeing his team ahead. Yeah, he's at the game today. Apparently he couldn't get an executive box because he never had a tie on. So he's had to sit in the crowd. It won't bother him. It's all free publicity for him and his brother getting back together again, isn't it? Free publicity. Oh, there's Noel Gallagher. Oh, by the way, yeah. Not that he needs it, because all the tickets have probably gone by now anyway. Oh, was your curry all right? Very nice. I'm looking forward to them when I finish this. Predictions from this second half. I can only see Man City going on and winning this 3-4, I would imagine. I can honestly see Man City scoring a couple more. It's good that West Ham have actually scored to keep the game level, because we've seen this before where Man City have gone 2-0 up and they've just killed the game second half. This second half, because they're only one up, they've got to go for another, and probably another after that as well. So it keeps the interest alive. For us neutrals anyway. Man City fans, if there's any Man City fans watching, you won't be bothered, will you, as long as you win the game, whichever way it goes. But us neutrals, we want to see more goals. If you're not a subscriber, please do become one. Just helps to promote our channel. Any help is gratefully received. God knows I could do with it at the moment. Changes at half time? I don't think so. I think Man City will keep it as it is at the moment. It's gone so well for them, and until they've got another goal, another 2 goals in front, then they can look to make a few interchanges, but I can't see that at the moment. As far as West Ham are concerned, Well, they are still in it, and they might not want to push the panic button just at the moment. Lopetegui will keep his cards close to his chest until he really needs to. If he has to chase the game, he doesn't have to chase it yet. They're only one goal behind, and like they've shown a couple of times, they can hit Man City on the break, and they've had a couple of half chances that on another day might have gone their way against a lesser team, might have gone their way, and there could have been 2-2, which would have been a real travesty for Man City. But there you are, that's football for you. Just waiting for the teams to come back onto the pitch. The coverage is still advertisements. They've got to pay the bills somehow. Don't forget to hit that notification button if you haven't already, so that you're aware of future live streams. Especially if you're a cricket fan, I'm going to do a few of the cricket games between England and Australia that start in September, weather permitting, that is. Some of the games are at the back end of September, and I just can't see them being played. Why they want to play games like that at the back end of September, God only knows, but fingers crossed, you never know. We might get an Indian summer and get all these games in, but I will be doing some, so hit the notification button if you like your cricket, and we'll do a watch along together. Simply Joy will be there. And maybe not. Just waiting for the teams to come out still. (21st of September), Joshua versus Dubois. That's a box office. I shan't be doing that. A lot of money to watch a boxing match that could finish in the first round. Back on another break, but they said something about Areola being replaced by Fabianski. Surely not. I know he's had a couple of goals put past him, Areola, but apart from that, he hasn't done anything wrong. Unless he's got an injury, but they'll tell us when the coverage returns. Yeah, it does look like Fabianski's coming on for Areola. They reckon it's an injury, so... Can't blame Areola for going off, actually. I won't want to stand there, Ireland smashing it past you all the time. So Areola is replaced by Fabianski. Apart from that, looks like the teams are coming out the same. Fabianski not. Kevin De Bruyne is ranked first in touches, shots, possession, everything. He's had a great game. The full Man City team have, to be honest. As we get the game underway again. Here we go. Kilman, Emerson, Kudus. Lewis is battling for it with him and he wins the ball. Goes to Kovacic and then to De Bruyne. He's going across to the left to Grealish where he was all that first half. Bissaka, Rodriguez double teaming him. Comes inside, gives it to De Bruyne. To Kovacic. So Kanji. Diaz. Gvardiol. De Bruyne comes inside again. Kovacic. De Bruyne goes back to Diaz. West Ham slowly pushing up, but they've had the ball played around them and De Bruyne is coming forward again. He goes across to the right to Doku, manages to keep it in. And the ball does end up going back to Ederson. Ederson to Gvardiol. Goes back to the keeper. Keeper gives it to Lewis. Lewis goes back to Akanji and it ends up going back to Ederson again. Ederson plays it to the left to Lewis, who brings it under control on his chest and has to go back to Akanji and back to Ederson. Squeezing up West Ham. It comes out to Diaz. They've played around him and they're away. And the ball's out to the right to Doku. He's got a lot of space to attack that box again. He goes, he plays it inside. And again, it's another ball that's intercepted and doesn't pick out his men with the cutback. Ball goes to De Silva from the throw. To Akanji. Doku again. Back inside to De Silva. He sells Akanji short with his pass, but Akanji gets the challenge in. De Silva does pick the ball up again. Tidies up to Kovacic. De Bruyne goes across to the right hand side to Jack Grealish, who's in the area. Tries to get a left-footed cross in, but it's blocked and deflected away for a corner. Be a corner on the West Ham right, so it'll be a right-footed in-swinger from De Bruyne. So it was a low one that skimmed through and it came actually through to De Silva in the end. He has a bit of a glancing header on it and he tries to flick it, but he flicks it over the bar. Difficult one to deal with that. Fabianski is going to take a goal kick. It's going to be a long one. There's no short man anywhere near him. Kanji won the ball. Via a deflection, it ends up going through to Ederson, who drills it deep. Doku is going to get to this. Comes inside, into the box, lays it off to De Silva. He lays it off to Kovacic. To De Silva again. It flicks with the outside of his foot across, but it's followed away by Wan-Bissaka. Kovacic has got it again in the centre of midfield. He goes across to right to Doku. He turns back inside. Gives it to Akanji. He goes to Kovacic. Gvardiol to Grealish. He's got Wan-Bissaka in front of him. Inside to De Bruyne. To Haaland, tries to lay it off, but it runs low. But they're squeezing them. And they do actually get the ball back. It's a hurried clearance by West Ham. Man City are picking the ball up easily. Kovacic. De Bruyne. Kovacic. Lewis. Lewis is fouled. Be a free kick. Looks like Antonio committed that foul. Deep inside the West Ham half. De Bruyne. De Silva coming across. Which one's going to take it? Maybe De Silva. No, De Bruyne with right-footed swings it to the back post, but easily headed out, but it only comes to Grealish. He gives it to Gvardiol. The ball comes into, it's loose in the penalty area, in the 6-yard box, but Paquetá does well to get it out. And Kudus is away now on the break. Bowen, he plays it back to Kudus. He's got a chance of scoring, and he hits the crossbar. Poster crossbar. A bit more composure, and he may have scored, but he went for power instead of accuracy. Hit the post, and it's deflected out. Yeah. Alan Smith says exactly the same as I did. He couldn't have hit it any harder. It should have gone for accuracy. Thrashed at it, and the chance has gone. And a great chance to equalise, a breakaway where they had 2-on-1. Alvarez comes forward. Paquetá to Kudus. Alvarez to Kudus. Kudus is using his pace well when they get the chance to break. Caused Man City a few problems. Mavropanos to the right. Bowen wants it. He's not going to give it to him there. Goes inside. Alvarez tries to put one up to Kudus, but can't win it. Emerson and Lewis between them. Paquetá picks the ball up again. Ball's laid out to right. Bowen. Bowen has to come back inside though. Ball's deflected off Grealish, but Bowen again gets the ball across. He drills it onto Gvardiol's leg. It hits Bowen on the way out, and it's a dead ball. Just go through that Kudus shot again. The pass to Kudus pushed him wide and narrowed the angle a bit. It was a difficult chance, but if he'd have crossed it, Antonio was free. He just slotted it across, but he didn't. Grealish down the line. Haaland manages to lay the ball back. Akanji to Lewis, running forward to Doku. Doku lays it inside to De Silva. Doku, pressurised. Lewis gets the ball. Kovacic. De Bruyne back to Kovacic. To Lewis in the middle. Goes out to the right. Grealish picks it up. Wan-Bissaka forces him backwards. Silva. Diaz. Doku on the right. Goes to Akanji. Akanji going back. Diaz again. Just at walking pace before they try to look for a pass through. De Bruyne flicks it through to De Silva. Ball's bouncing around and it's eventually cleared by West Ham. Loose touch by Guardiola. Gives the ball to Bowen. He's away. Guardiola gets back and forces him back. Mavropanos now. Goes across to the left. Kilman. Emerson has to come inside again. Mavropanos again. Has to go back. Alvarez is pressurised by Haaland. Goes across to the right. Rodriguez. Wan-Bissaka. Bowen. Back to Bissaka and he's away. It's good one-touch passing by West Ham. They've got men forward. He goes to the back post. It's just a bit beyond Kudus. He has to retrieve the ball and turn and run at Lewis again, but he goes backwards. Paquetá tried to roll it into Emerson's run. Couldn't. Bernardo Silva picks the ball up. And eventually Akanji clears it down the line to Haaland. Haaland reckon is pulled down by Kilman, but there's no foul. Paquetá picks the ball up. Rodriguez, Paquetá. West Ham going across to the right. So Wan-Bissaka with Grealish in front of him. Tries to go down the line, then has to turn back. Mavropanos. Bowen with a left-footed cross to the back of the post, and Kudus was back-pedalling, just couldn't reach it. It was only just over his head. I thought he was going to get there, but he just couldn't manage it. Sort of stumbling back as he was trying to backtrack. Good cross though by Bowen with his left foot. And Pep's still complaining about that foul on Haaland, but it's gone. Get on with it. Ball's drilled forward. West Ham have it on the right hand side. Paquetá drills the ball forward. Bowen picks it up on the edge of the box. He plays it inside and it's just too far in front of Antonio's run. Runs right across the box and out on the left hand side for a throw. A lot of pressure from West Ham now. They're really in this game. Kudus. Run inside but not seen. Goes back to Paquetá. Mavropanos goes to Wan-Bissaka. He's got Bowen outside of him. He gives it to him. He's going to attack Guardiola again. Plays the ball inside to Antonio. That's fantastic defending by Akanji. Tight on to Antonio. Blocks the cross. Or blocks the shot. And it rolls out for a corner. Great defending by Akanji. Didn't give Antonio any room whatsoever. But it's a corner on the West Ham right-hand side. The crowd are up for this now. Bowen's going to swing a left footer in. It's the first corner of the day for West Ham. Akanji gets up. The keeper makes a call and comes for it and punches it nicely. There's a shot by Rodriguez from 30 yards out. Skims low and wide of the right-hand post, and it's a goal kick to Man City. Ball was played into the midfield for De Silva, who was making a run, but he couldn't reach it. Man City have picked the ball back up again with Grealish on the left-hand side. He's got De Bruyne next to him. Gives it to him. De Bruyne has to go back to Kovacic. He goes to Gvardiol. Gives it to Diaz. De Bruyne. Back to Gvardiol. Then to Diaz, coming across to the right. Kanji gets it. Kudus comes across to meet him. Doku gets it, and he's fouled. So he tried to turn and move away. Emerson took him out, and Emerson gets a yellow card for that. And quite rightly too. Yeah, not a great tackle at all. Yeah, it was past him. The ball was nowhere near him, Emerson, and he just took him out. Man City have taken the free kick. Diaz has it. Goes out to Grealish on the left-hand side. He's going to attack Wan-Bissaka. Has to go back inside against De Bruyne. He plays it inside to De Silva. De Bruyne tries to chip one to the back post, but there's too many bodies in front of him. Kudus has got the ball first time and has played it towards Bowen. Ederson is well out of his box, 30 yards out of his box, gets his head to it, knocks out for a throw, and the danger is gone. Good sweeping by the keeper there. West Ham have the ball. Deep in the side of their own half, plays it into the centre. Paquetá to Wan-Bissaka. Back to Paquetá. Ball is played through. Emerson to Bowen. Bowen's got a chance to slide one. There's a big cry of handball. Referee's given nothing. And Doku comes away on the right. Slows the game down as he looks for support. And it's fouled again as he tries to go around Kilman. Kilman's going to get a yellow card for that challenge. Second poor challenge on Doku. He's felt that one. Oh yeah, it's a left foot right across both shins by Kilman. He deserved that. And Doku certainly would have felt that. Kilman deserved that yellow card. Free kick is taken. Kovacic to Lewis, centre of midfield. Walking pace. Kanji gets it on the right. Lewis again is going to go back. Diaz. Silva gets it. He leaves it back to Lewis coming through. Kovacic has got Grealish on the left. Grealish is going to attack Wan-Bissaka again. Comes inside. Silva. Ball was just slightly behind Silva. He managed to get a left-footed shot, but it was a bit weak and straight at the keeper. It was just a bit behind him. Not easy to get any pace or power into that ball. But he got it on target, but it was an easy save for the keeper. West Ham come away with the ball. Comes all the way across to Emerson. There's it back inside. Rodriguez back to Emerson on the left. Just short of the halfway line. Back to Kilman. Alvarez. Back to Kilman. Pressurised by Silva. Ball goes back to the keeper. Keeper has it again. He's going to have to go long this time. Left-footed long. Curtis, and he's away again on the centre this time. He's got Bowen behind him. He aims at Bowen and it's easily intercepted. And Man City come away with it again. Doku to Silva. Silva just slows the pace of the game down. Plays it to Diaz, who gives it to Grealish. Grealish comes inside, then goes back. Guardiola. Diaz. To Lewis with space in front of him. He checks. Gives it out to Akanji. To Doku. Closely marked. Tries to go around his man again. But Emerson gets his toe in. Throw into Man City. Looks like there might be a Gundogan maybe coming on for his second debut. Diaz has the ball. Lewis. Akanji. De Bruyne back to Akanji. Pace has slowed down a bit now. De Bruyne. Inside to Lewis. Lewis goes up to Doku. Got a chance to go around Ederson. And he does go around him. There's Paquetá. Gets the ball across. Haaland was at the back post, but it was over his head. But Grealish has picked it up and is back inside the area again. He'll be looking for someone. But Wan-Bissaka has taken the ball off him, and Bowen has helped. Gone down the line, but it's too far ahead of Bissaka. Kovacic picks it up. And then Akanji. Bernardo Silva. Inside to De Bruyne. He tries to have a shot. It's deflected from a long way out. And it looks like it's going to be a corner. Which might give Man City the chance to make the substitution. And they will do. That's the last action for Doku this evening. He's had a good game as Doku. He's got into some real attacking areas. And then his final ball has let him down tonight. Something that he probably needs to work on. But Gundogan comes on. Gets a cheer from the Man City fans. Corner on the left-hand side is going to be a right-footed in-swinger again from De Bruyne. Whereas it's short to Grealish. Grealish gives it back to him. To the back post. Ruben Diaz was at the back post. He had a chance at that back post. I'll just see how close he was to turning that in. Just a flicked across to the back post and must have been very close to turning that one in. Looked a good chance at the back post, but it was missed. But Man City have picked the ball up again from the goal kick. Gundogan. Grealish has swapped to the right-hand side now. Gundogan on the left. It's a run by Haaland. But he's not going to get that. The ball wasn't long enough. And Bissaka intercepts it. Gives it to Bowen. Goes ahead of him. But Bowen has to go back. Paquetá. Goes on to the right-hand side. It's Mavropanos. Alvarez. Paquetá. Alvarez. Bowen gets it. Going down the right-hand side is tapped by Gundogan, but keeps to his feet and he's making a run forward. Lays it off to Wan-Bissaka. He has to check just near the corner flag and has to come back. Inside from Alvarez to Paquetá to Kudus, being challenged by Lewis. Tries to get a left-footed cross in. Lewis is tight on him, blocks it, and it goes for a corner. On the left-hand side for West Ham. West Ham putting pressure on. It's been pretty even this half, and West Ham are going to make a couple of changes. Looks like Sofal's coming on. Sofal for Edison. And Antonio's going off. Fulkrug takes Antonio's position up front. Straight swap there. Can he make a difference from this corner? His first touch. Bowen's going to take a left-footed away swinger, which he does. And the header is won right in the centre of the box. Kilman didn't have any conviction in it, and it just heads it tamely over the bar. Like he didn't expect to get it. Didn't really attack the ball. And it was a bit of a weak, high header. Looks like Man City are going to make a couple of changes now. Nunes for Grealish. It's a shame for Grealish. He's had a good game. It's a pity he couldn't let him have the full game. Simply Joe won't be happy. Come on, Grealish, and now he's going off. Don't think he's happy about it. Having a few words with Pep. Nunes for Grealish is the change. Anyway, it's a goal kick to Man City. Taken short, going across to the left-hand side. Inside to Kovacic. Gundogan. Rolls it to Lewis in the centre of midfield. He goes across to Akanji. Silva goes back to Akanji. De Bruyne on the right hand side gives it to Silva. Silva's got a chance to run at Bissaka. Turns around, comes back inside to Lewis. Diaz to Akanji. Silva has to go back again, though. West Ham putting the squeeze on. Goes inside to Diaz. Kovacic wanting the ball. Goes across to Gundogan, where Grealish would have been. Flicked inside to Kovacic. Plays it to De Bruyne, back to Kovacic. He goes across to the right to Akanji. To Silva. Goes back inside to Lewis. Lewis turns and goes back out to Silva. Run by Gundogan. Gives it to Grealish. Goes across to Kovacic. Got Gundogan making a run, running at the defence, but he's trying to pull it back. It didn't get to his man. Bowen comes away with it. Vardiol wins it back off Bowen. And it's still deep inside the West Ham half on the left-hand side. Kovacic now. Gundogan, Kovacic, Lewis. All the way across to Silva. He comes back inside to Akanji. He goes further back to Diaz. De Bruyne deep. Moving across to the left. Turns. Gives it back to Diaz. Silva. Plenty of possession, but not really going anywhere. Backwards and forwards. Kovacic was fouled by Rodriguez as he went past him, and Rodriguez gets a yellow for it. Into the last 15 minutes. And unbelievably, West Ham are still in this. To the right, Silva had a chance to attack a bit of space in front of him, but he didn't. He turned back inside. Lewis has it now. Goes back out to Silva. Back to Lewis. Back to Lewis again. They're going backwards. A lot of passes been exchanged by the Man City team in front of the West Ham defence. De Bruyne in the centre of midfield goes across to the right to Silva. He plays the ball into Lewis, fires the ball across, cut out by Kilman on the edge of the 6-yard box for a corner. So they can still do it when they need to, when they make the runners. Kudus just didn't go with his runner, let him run. Lewis tried the cut back and it was well cut out by Kilman. Going to be a corner on the Man City right hand side. It's going to be taken by De Bruyne. Another West Ham change. Alvarez is coming off and Souček is coming on. Souček knows where the back of the net is, so they'll be hoping he can make a difference. Attacking midfielder. Right-footed away swinger to the near post. It doesn't beat the first man. Bowen is coming away with it down the left-hand side. Blocked by De Bruyne. Throw in. Left-hand side. Wan-Bissaka is going to take it. Goes long. Fulkrug chests it down. Bissaka gets it. Goes inside. Kudus. He goes across the right hand side. Swings a lovely ball out to Bowen. Brings it down. Oh, it's Sofal, not Bowen. I expected Bowen to be there. Puts a cross in, but it doesn't beat the first man. It's headed out. Diaz has it. Gundogan, deep in his own half, lays it back to Ederson. He comes across to Silva. Silva's hit from behind. Kudus. Fulkrug has it. Souček has a shot, but it's a bit of a scuffed left-footed shot. Drags it wide of the left-hand post. It was bouncing around in that penalty area. Fulkrug had the first chance, but he couldn't get out of his feet. Souček has the second chance. Again, it was a snatched shot. And he's dragged it 3 yards wide at the left-hand post with his left foot. West Ham backing off as Man City come forward. Vardiol to Gundogan to Lewis. Akanji. Kovacic comes short, gets it. Lewis, Kovacic, Akanji. Silva on the right hand touchline. Gives it to De Bruyne. Got a chance to put a cross in. He flicks it in to the near post. Fabianski makes an easy catch. Poor by De Bruyne. You expect better from him from that position. had a chance to pick out a man and just chipped it straight into the goalkeeper's arms. Man City have 10 minutes now to hold out. West Ham are going to pressurise them, that's for certain. It's going to be a long 10 minutes. Ball's drilled long. Fulskrug win the head. Wan-Bissaka. Ball comes loose. Ruben Dias hacks it out of the penalty box. Bernardo Silva knocked out to the right. Gundogan. Nunes checks and comes inside to Gundogan. Kovacic. De Bruyne. Ball's going backwards again to Diaz. Nunes again comes short for it. He plays it across to the middle to Akanji. He goes to the right to Silva. He checks back, goes back to Akanji. Silva lays it down the line. De Bruyne is the runner, tries to put a cross in. Kilman's close to him, blocks the cross, and it goes out for a corner on the Man City right, and it's going to be another in-swinger from the foot of De Bruyne. Can he pick somebody out this time? He plays it short to Silva, gives it back to De Bruyne. He goes back to midfield to Lewis, goes across to the left to Nunes. He's got Paquetá with him and he has to turn back. Nunes has made a run in the inside left position, gets the ball, goes for a pull back, hits the back of the heel of, I think it might have been Wan-Bissaka, as Haaland was making a run for the ball. Still out for a throw on that left-hand side. Looks like Alvarez is going to take it. It's won back by Paquetá. He goes across to the left. It's picked up by Silva. He's trying to claim there's a back pass there, but it was defended well by Wan-Bissaka in the end because it was a pole ball across the defence. Diaz and Gvardiol sort it out in the back. Ball's played through to Haaland and it's away again. He's got a chance of his hat-trick and he slots it in easily with his left foot, and that's 3 and game over. And Haaland, when he's away like that, just doesn't miss. And Haaland has scored 2 hat-tricks in the last 2 games. As soon as he got through on that left-hand side, he just knew he wasn't going to miss. And as Fabianski came out, he just chipped it over him into the far post. Cool, didn't thrash it, just chipped it over him and it just rolled into the back of the net. And that's it. That's game over. That run is perfect. The ball's laid through. It was Haaland was coming back from an offside position, got level with his defender, held his run perfectly as the ball was played through, and then they're checking it, but that's not offside. You can see that's not offside. Checking a VAR, but you can see he's half a yard on, and that goal's going to stand. And that really is game over now. Just excuse me while I put the light on. West Ham 1, Man City Erling Haaland 3. 7 goals already. It's only the third game. Seven goals already. Looks like Bowen's going off and Somerville's coming on. A bit too late for Somerville now with just 5 minutes to go. Man City fans doing the Poznan. Game's restarted. Ball was bouncing about in midfield. It actually comes to Paquetá in the end. He comes across. Kilman, Paquetá to Wan-Bissaka. He lays it inside to Somerville, but he can't reach it, and Man City are away on the break again. Gundogan. He slows the pace down. You expect Man City to just kill the game off from here with 4 minutes left. They don't need to score anymore. De Bruyne going back. Kovacic, who's had a great game. Kovacic gets it back. Looks like Man City have got a man down. Guardiola. Looks he was chopped down by somebody. So Man City put the ball out for him to be able to get a bit of attention. A couple of substitutions being made late in the game by Man City. Kyle Walker is going to be one of them. Who he's coming on for, we don't know at the moment. Looks like it might be for Guardiola. He's gone off. Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne's going off as well. Nathan Ake is on as well, so it's Guardiola and De Bruyne have gone on, and Walker and Ake are on just for the last couple of minutes. Ball's with Ederson. Inside to Kovacic. Well played across. Walker gets his first touch. Silva lays it back. Back to Walker. Walker tries to lay the ball inside and it's deflected out for a throw. Walker throws the ball all the way back to Ederson. Kanji gets the ball. Walker uses his strength to knock Somerville over as he tries to challenge him. There's the ball back to Kanji, who drills it long. Bit of head tennis as the ball's volleyed backwards and forwards. It's like Nunez is pushed over. Rodriguez pushed him over. He's ruthless. Ruthless is Haaland. Lewis is away down the right-hand side now. Into the box. He's got a chance to cross it. Fabianski gets a punch onto it as the man at the back post who was ready to head it into an empty net. Probably Nunez at the back post would have had a great chance of adding to the tally. Surely with 3 goals, Haaland's going to be the man of the match. But it's been a great team performance by Man City. Ake has the ball. West Ham are challenging for it, and it goes out for a throw on the left-hand side. Deep in the West Ham half, Man City have the throw. Time is up. Silva has the ball. There's 5 minutes added time. He's had his pocket picked. Paquetá is fouled by Akanji. Takes the ball in quick. Lays the ball through to nobody, and the ball runs harmlessly through to Ederson. Wasted chance. Ederson plays the ball out to Kovacic. Akanji did get a yellow for that foul. Silva goes to Kovacic. He goes back to Walker. Walker goes back to Ederson. Ederson inside to Gundogan. Gundogan allowed to drift forward. To Núñez. Kanji lays it out to Akai. Brings the ball under control, lays it inside to Gundogan. Akanji. Cross to Silva. Ball is high and he heads it down. Back to Walker. They have to go back though. Just taking the sting out of the game. With just 3.5 minutes to go, Ederson has the ball. There's it out to Ake. To Núñez. Kovacic. Central midfield, Lewis. Goes across to Silva. He's not in any hurry and he turns and goes back. Walker lays it inside to Kanji. Goes to Lewis, but Lewis couldn't reach it, and Wan-Bissaka picks the ball up. Gets a return past us. Wan-Bissaka is striding forward. Lays the ball down to left to Somerville. Walker's with him. 2 speed merchants. Somerville tries to come inside. Lays the ball off to Paquetá. Goes across to the right. Rodriguez goes even further to the right. Kudus, but he's double teamed and the ball is poked out for a throw. Ball goes back. Paquetá has it again. Running forward. Swapped passes, but the ball is picked off by Lewis. Gundogan has it and he's fouled. It just slows the game down a bit more. Erling Haaland has the most goals after first 3 games of a Premier League. 7. 6 is the next best by Edin Dzeko, who was also a Man City player. Akanji striding forward. Not with any purpose, it's just to waste a bit more time. And turns inside and goes back to Kovacic in the middle of midfield. Núñez wants it over the far side and he gets it. He plays it back inside to Ake. Back to Núñez. On the edge of the box. Got a chance to attack that byline, but he goes back. Kovacic on the edge of the area. Tries to play a ball through. Souček cuts it out and plays it out. Wan-Bissaka goes past Silva. Wan-Bissaka going across the pitch diagonally out to Kudus. He comes inside, has a shot, it's easily blocked. Still got the ball at his feet though, gives it to Bissaka. He chips the ball into the box. Fulkrug won the ball. Souček, head tennis. Diaz away. Gundogan away to Haaland. Inside to Gundogan. Left hand side. Lays it through to Haaland. Haaland's on the edge of the box. He's got a chance to slot another one in. Fabianski just gets his foot on it. It almost runs through his legs and into the goal. Turns round and picks the ball up. Luckily, West Ham with Paquetá again. Somerville on the edge of the box has got a back of Somerville, and he tries to curl it into the inside the right hand post, and Ederson diving to his left gets his fingertips to it, tips it onto the post, and saves it. And how many times have Leeds fans seen Somerville do that? This time Ederson gets his fingertips to it and keeps the ball out. No time for the corner. The game is all over. And Man City win it. Great performance by Man City. They looked really good. Haaland with another 3. 3 last week, 3 this week. 7 in 3 games. And Man City perfect after 3 games going into the international break. And that's it. We are done for this live stream. Unless anybody wants to add any comments to this game. I've got anything to say about Haaland that hasn't already been said about him. I mean, he's just a goal monster. What else can you call him? If you haven't already, just looking at the TV coverage there, and there's Haaland with the match ball under his arm. His arm having that's another hat trick. How many of them has he got? But if you have got any comments you want to add to this watch along before we close it down, you can get them in now. If you haven't already subscribed, please do, and hit that like and the notification bell so that you're notified of our next watch along, including cricket when that starts again. The one-day games start next month. No one wants to contribute, so we'll end it there then, guys. It's been a good game. The second half didn't live up to the first half. First half was brilliant. A really good football game. Man City again ruthless in the second half. Just controlled the game and scored the extra goal that made it a comfortable win in the end. So we'll leave it there. Thanks for everybody who's joined us throughout this stream and supported the channel. Please do so again. We've got the international break next. England play on next Saturday and the following Tuesday. Unfortunately, working commitments mean that I can't do any live streaming of those games, so it'll be in a couple of weeks' time when the Premier League returns. I don't think that any of the one-day cricket games are next week because England have still got another test match to play against Sri Lanka. So if you hit the notification button when we are live streaming again, you'll be notified so you won't miss it. But until then, thanks for everybody who's joined us and take care. See you next time.